to the land of no return. Ishtar, the daughter of Sin, directed her thought. The daughter of Sin directed her thought to the house of darkness, Ereshkigal's dwelling place. To the house from which he who enters never returns. To the road whose path turns not back. To the house where he who enters is deprived of light. Where dust is their sustenance, their food clay. Light they see not, in darkness do they sit. They are clothed like a bird, with wings as a covering. Over the door and the lock bolt, dust has settled. Ishtar, when she came to the door of the land of no return, she addressed the watchman of the door. O watchman, open the door. Open the door that I may enter. If you do not open the door, that I may enter, I shall shatter the door, I shall break the bolt. I shall shatter the threshold, I shall tear down the doors. I shall bring up the dead that they may eat the living. The dead shall be more numerous than the living. The watchman opened his mouth and spoke. He spake to the great Ishtar, Stay, my lady, do not destroy the door. I will go, I will announce thy name to my sovereign Ereshkigal. The watchman went within, he spoke to Ereshkigal. This is thy sister Ishtar, the keeper of the great houses of joy. When Ereshkigal heard this, her face grew angry. As when one cuts down the tamarisk tree. As when one breaks the reed. Ereshkigal replied to the watchman. For what has her heart moved her to me? For what has her mind borne her to me? What has incited her against me? Surely not because I drink water with the Anunnaki. I eat clay for my food and mud for my beer. That I may weep for the men who have left their wives. That I may weep for the women torn from their husbands' bosoms. That I may weep for the little child snatched away before their day. Go, watchman, open the gate. Do unto her according to the ancient custom. The watchman went and opened for Ishtar, his gate. Enter, my lady, Cutha greets thee. May the palace of the land of no return be glad at thy presence. The first door, he made her enter, he opened it wide, and he took the great crown from her head. Why, watchman, hast thou taken the great crown from my head? Enter, my lady, so are the orders of the sovereign of the land. The second door he made her enter, he opened it wide, he took the pendants from her ears. Why, watchman, hast thou taken the pendants from my ears? Enter, my lady, so are the orders of the sovereign of the land. The third door he made her enter, he opened it wide, and he took the chains from her neck. Why, watchman, hast thou taken the chains from my neck? Enter, my lady, so are the orders of the sovereign of the land. The fourth door he made her enter, he opened. Why, watchman, hast thou taken the ornaments from my bosom? Enter, my lady, so are the orders of the sovereign of the land. The fifth door he made her enter, he opened it wide, and he took the girdle, with birthstones, from her hips. Why, watchman, hast thou taken the girdle, with birthstones, from my hips? Enter, my lady, so are the orders of the sovereign of the land. The sixth door he made her enter, he opened it wide, and he took the bracelets from her hands and feet. Why, watchman, hast thou taken the bracelets from my hands and feet? Enter, my lady, so are the orders of the sovereign of the land. The seventh door he made her enter, he opened it wide, he took the breechcloth from her body. Why, watchman, hast thou taken the breechcloth from my body? Enter, my lady, so are the orders of the sovereign of the land. When Ishtar had descended to the land of no return, Ereshkigal saw her and in her presence was irritated. Ishtar took no heed, she went toward her. Ereshkigal opened her mouth and spoke. To Namtar, her messenger, she addressed a word. Go, Namtar, lock her up in my palace. Loose against her 60 diseases. Sickness of the eyes against her eyes. Sickness of the sides against her sides. Sickness of the feet against her feet. Sickness of the heart against her heart. Sickness of the head against her head. Against her altogether. Since the Lady Ishtar descended to the land of no return. The bull does not spring upon the cow. The ass does not bow over the jenny. The man no more bows over the woman in the street. The young man sleeps in his chamber. The young woman sleeps alone. The countenance of Papsukal, messenger of the great gods, was fallen, his face darkened. He was clad in mourning, with foul garments he was covered. Then went Shamash, before Sin his father, he wept. In the presence of King Ea came his tears, and he said, Ishtar has descended to the earth, she has not come up again. Since Ishtar has descended to the land of no return. The bull has not sprung upon the cow, the ass has not bent over the jenny. The man no more bows over the woman in the street. The man sleeps in his chamber, and the woman sleeps alone. Then Ea created in his wise heart an image. He created Asashunamir, a handsome man. Go, Asashunamir, set thy face to the gate of the land of no return. The 7 doors of the land of no return shall be opened before thee. Ereshkigal shall behold thee, and in thy presence rejoice. When her heart has been calmed, her soul enlivened. Let her swear by the great gods. Lift your head, turn your attention to the waterskin, saying, O lady, let them give me the waterskin, that I may drink water from it. When Ereshkigal heard this, she beat upon her breast and bit her finger. Thou hast expressed a desire which may not be desired. Go, Asashunamir, I curse thee with a great curse. The food in the gutters of the city shall be thy food. The sewers of the city shall be thy drink. The shadow of the walls shall be thy dwelling. The thresholds shall be thy habitation. The drunken and the thirsty shall smite thy cheek. Ereshkigal opened her mouth and spoke to Namtar, her messenger. Go, Namtar, knock at the palace of justice. Knock at the thresholds of gleaming jewels. Bring forth the Anunnaki, let them be seated upon the golden throne. Sprinkle Ishtar with the water of life, and bring her before me. Namtar went and knocked at the palace of justice. He knocked at the thresholds of gleaming jewels. He brought forth the Anunnaki, and seated them upon the golden throne. He sprinkled Ishtar with the water of life, and brought her forth. From the first door he brought her out, and gave her back the breechcloth of her body. From the second door, he brought her out, and gave her back the bracelets of her hands and feet. From the third door he brought her out, and gave her back the girdle, with birthstones, of her hips. From the fourth door he brought her out, and gave her back the ornaments of her bosom. From the fifth door he brought her out, and gave her back the chains of her neck. From the sixth door he brought her out, and gave her back the pendants of her ears. From the seventh door he brought her out, and gave her back the great crown of her head. Then Ereshkigal said, If she does not credit her deliverance to me, turn thy face to her, to Tammuz, beloved of her youth. Pour out pure waters, and offer good oil. With a red garment, clothe him, and let him play upon a flute of lapis lazuli. Let party girls raise a loud lament. Then Belalai, the sister of Tammuz, tore off her jewelry. Her lap was filled with eye stones. Belalai heard the lament for her brother, she struck the jewelry from her body. The eye stones with which the front of the wild cow was filled. You shall not rob me forever of my only brother. On the day when Dumuzi comes back up, and the lapis lazuli pipe, and the carnelian ring comes up with him. When male and female mourners come up with him. The dead shall come up and smell the incense offering.